So, are y'all ready to see like the face of privilege? What is up, you heathens and demons, you sinners and saints, you beautiful, blasphemous bastards? Welcome back to the Raging Atheist. I am your boy Nakasuchi, and this is Content for the Godless Season 2. And I'm about to start a series. It'll probably be a 4-part series, I'm guessing, where I'm gonna look at this new guy, this new channel I found. And as I said there at the very beginning, if you looked up privilege in the dictionary, this dude's face is sitting there smiling right back at you. You know, I've seen a few YouTubers over the years, and like their whole stick is being this like super privileged white dude that'll go around and, you know, they'll talk to homeless people, give them money, give them shit. And I'm not saying like that's not necessarily a bad thing, like you're helping some individuals for your benefit, but you're still helping some individuals. But it can become a very bad thing depending on your attitude. And I especially don't really like, you know, super privileged people trying to make themselves out to be these, you know, awesome human beings when they could be doing a lot more with their privilege, with their funds, and the vast amounts of resources they have that most people just don't have. You know, and this guy seems to be trying to do that. His name is Lloyd something or another. And his page is kind of one of those pages to where, you know, he'll sometimes talk to homeless people, sometimes about God, but other times giving them money, putting $100 bills, taping it to people's backs, stuff like that. And, you know, like his YouTube page doesn't really have a lot of videos on it. I'm guessing he's probably more of like an Instagram star, but, you know, he acts like a YouTuber. And there seems to be like one video in particular that has really like went viral for this guy and propelled his YouTube page over 100,000 subscribers. And it's a video, and it's called something or another like, you know, I saw Jesus and Satan and I filmed it, something like that. And it's gotten over 400,000 views. And that's the video I'm going to be reviewing today. Let's get right at it.
So a few weeks ago, my buddy Adam Vibe Gunton messaged me and he was like, hey, you should come with us out to Fort Lauderdale to film some YouTube content. And I was like, I mean, that's what I do. So we went out to Fort Lauderdale and we're filming some videos, and all of the content is supposed to be wholesome. Adam, he specializes in drug addiction recovery, so he helps people that are having active drug addiction issues.
All right, so meet Lloyd, and as he tells you, filming YouTube videos is what he does, all big, beefy, and roided out. But no, like I just showed you, like his YouTube channel doesn't have a lot of videos on it. You're not filming a shit ton of YouTube content. That's not what you do. I'm guessing what you do is shit for your Instagram, break, you know, silly little World Guinness records and stuff. Like he walked across America once. I'm sure that that's on his Instagram because he didn't put much of it on his channel. He bicycled across America once, and I'm sure that's on his Instagram because he didn't put much of it on his channel. But, you know, like, you don't do YouTube videos, you do a lot of other shit and put some YouTube videos out. And this friend that he's talking about, and you'll meet him through these series of 4 videos, his friend he's talking about is one of these guys that, you know, probably was an addict and sobered up and had given all credit of their sobriety to Jesus, and now they go around walking and being condescending to other addicts, telling them they need Jesus to cure them from their addiction when they don't. Jesus isn't going to take away their addictions. They can do that through therapy, through self-reflection, through actually wanting to do it. And whatever method they use, if it does end up being Jesus, well then more power to you, brother. More power to you, sister. I really hope you have a successful life moving here on out. Just don't be a condescending dick about it and give all glory to something that had nothing to do with it. You recovered yourself. Maybe you utilized the tool of Jesus. Maybe you utilized the tool of religion, but you did it.
And so we're driving to this part of town that was like really rough. I mean, super rough. An area that was like everybody that you saw walking was probably on drugs, was probably like completely lost in general.
Ding, 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 ding. Privilege alert, beware, beware. I mean, like, what the fuck are you talking about? A part of town where like everybody's walking around drugged out? I'm gonna guarantee you, there's places that are pretty bad, but not everybody's gonna be drugged out. That is a very fucked up thing for you to assume, that everybody walking around this area you're not familiar with of this town is walking around drugged out and lost. I mean, that is the voice of privilege.
So we're driving and we see this lady. She appears to be praying for these two people at this bus stop. So we're like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. So Adam and I whipped the car around and he was like, we're gonna give them a couple Bibles and pray for them.
Now, I want you guys to remember that, and I want you to remember it moving forward, and I'll try to remind you moving forward of what he just said there. Like, he thought this woman was praying. It looked like she was praying to these two people. Now, praying for people has a peculiar look, as does, you know, making out with a couple people or what. I mean, I'm just saying, guys, remember this part.
And just thank them for, you know, praying for some random strangers at the bus stop. So we whip around real quick and we pull up right in front of them. We're right in front of this little bus stop, and we realized very quickly that the lady actually wasn't praying for them. What was happening is she was just gone.
Gone? Like, what do you mean gone? You're saying she's right there. You're saying that you thought she was praying for somebody, so you like saw her in the road, maybe doing this, or maybe she's got her hands on two people and her eyes are closed and she's just going off and off and off and off and off. I mean, that looks like praying. But now you're like, you're close to her, you're still in your car, you're not getting out, and you're like, she's just gone. I told y'all. I'm gonna introduce y'all to the literal representation of the word privilege today.
She was so high on drugs and alcohol that it was so sad. I don't even know how to explain how sad I was. And so Adam was like, well, maybe we should like get out and pray for her. And so basically, number one, she was super high on drugs. Number two, we think she may have been prostituting. Well, we basically knew she was prostituting. And the guy that she was all over was like, it was just bad. It was so bad.
All right, so like you thought she was praying, and now you're like, you know for a fact she was prostituting and she was just fucked up on drugs, and your buddy's like, let's go and pray for her, and your scared little ass and all your big beefy roidness is too scared to go and talk to these people with your conviction and pray for them. Because what? You're so privileged that the so-called YouTubing you do isn't really YouTubing, and you just pretend that everything in life, like, I don't understand the point of your story here, and you're not making yourself to look out very decent at all. Like, I'm really surprised that I didn't see more comments just calling this fake ass shit out, but I'm assuming he deleted those.
And the thing is, she was a pretty girl. Like, she had potential, and I think she knows she has potential. So Ab and I just sat in the car and we were just like pondering on like what we should do. And we're both basically in tears because this is like the saddest thing I've ever witnessed in my entire life. And I've seen some really sad stuff.
I mean, seeing this woman is like the saddest thing you've ever seen in your life. Obviously, you've never seen Legends of the Fall, because let me tell you, if you did, you would cry your eyes out. But like, the first part of that was the most disturbing part of that, because he's saying that, you know, she's pretty, she has potential. And it's like really disturbing, because you're essentially saying, yeah, if she got off the drugs and wasn't so fucked up, maybe went home and took a shower, you know, she'd be totally fuckable. I mean, it is the voice of privilege that is speaking to you. And that's just the beginning. That's just the beginning of this 4-part, maybe 5-part series, where I'm gonna delve deep in this 20-minute video, and I'm gonna give you a long, detailed response with all of its context. Because, you know, I know too many people like this, and it disgusts me, and people should call out the truth of it. Not everybody gets to live in your privilege. Not everybody gets to live with your advantages. Like, you think your Christianity makes you this great person. You going out and giving $100, $1,000 to a homeless person makes you this great person. But all you're doing is picking on them. All you're doing is judging them. That is all you're doing. And I'm gonna expose it. My patrons and my supporters are the shit. Without your support, this channel would have nothing coming in. There would be no revenue to support this channel at all. The channel is not monetized. You do not see ads. The only help this channel gets financially is from donations from its viewers. So I want to thank my patrons. You guys have supported me, even though I don't do Patreon content very much, even though I have these ups and downs. It's been this roller coaster ride. You still have faith in me, and you still support me. And I want to thank everybody that supports the channel with their donations. You can find my links in the description below. I'll see you soon.